Thanks for the call. Appreciate it. We have Luciano, who I want to apologize to. You've waited on hold from the beginning of the show, and one of the reasons that I didn't take the call earlier was because I either misread what the call screener wrote, or they wrote it wrong and corrected it. Because what it says now is Luciano has a proof for his pantheistic God. But what I read earlier was Luciano has proof for his pathetic God.
Oh.
And I was like, why would I want to take that call?
Well, I guess he's pathetic since I am pantheistic.
I'm not saying pantheistic gods aren't pathetic, but in any case, you will be today's final call. Welcome to the show with Darrel Ray and Matt Dillahunty.
Thank you so much for having me, first of all. I'm kind of nervous. I've never been on any show, or radio, or anything.
Well, I haven't really hung up on anybody today, so you're probably safe.
I saw that. I heard everything.
I had a good day yesterday.
Well, this isn't going to be an emotional call, so I won't. That was pretty intense. But I'm from Argentina. I'm in Florida now, Jacksonville.
Because we can't put up a wall around Florida. You can't make Argentina pay for a wall.
Yeah, that's one of the things that yeah, exactly, pay for a wall. I don't really want to buy a wall.
Well,
here.
I'm glad you made it here before we excluded Argentina from immigration as well.
And I was there in Argentina. I loved it.
Anyway,
cool. Jokes aside, go ahead and let's get to your pantheistic God proof.
Okay, so anyway, so I get straight to the point. I started writing just now, like a whole page, almost and a half, and I have things from the past, I think, 6 years. I was raised a Catholic, first of all. I was baptized, confirmed, and I forget the other one, when you're like 12 or before that.
I thought that was confirmation.
I did communion.
Okay.
Yeah, communion, confirmation. Yeah.
Yep.
That's how that works. So anyway, so my whole family is Catholic. I have a Cuban uncle. Everybody else is Argentinian. So it's very tight-knit. They're, it's like a wolf pack. From, I guess you want to look at it like that. Anyway, so I'm I try to be open-minded. I used to be pretty close-minded guy to a lot of things. I like, heavy metal and things like that. I don't really, I argue with a lot of people because they don't get it. They're like, you're Argentinian and you do the opposite of what everybody else that I met there. I'm like, oh, yeah, well, that's me. But anyway, so I don't believe in marriage or sin, heaven or hell. But I do believe that science has proof for not the existence of a God, but I believe that the universe is part of God.
Well, hang on. Just for clarity, there's two different labels here that often get confused. There's pantheism, and then there's panentheism. And so pantheism is the notion that the universe and God are the same, and panentheism is the notion that God transcends the universe but manifests within it.
Yeah, the first one.
Okay, so you think the universe is God?
Yes.
Why would we ever bother why would we bother to call the universe God when we could just say it's the universe? What are you adding to universe that gets you to God?
Okay, so the reason that I guess God is like most people would say like an almighty being that might come back, and depending on if it's Christian, might come back. Sorry, and if you're Muslim, raised Muslim, then you think that the opposite or whatever, like Allah is going to come back or whatever. So I haven't looked too much into that one, but I have experience in high school and in a special class that was religious studies. I forget the real name, but something like that. I learned about Zoroastrianism, Buddhism, all the different religions. So I started to question my own religion because I was like, what the heck, I had no clue about all this.
Yep.
I was raised in a household where both my parents were like very strict, and my father yelled a lot, and I felt like I was walking on eggshells. And I feel like right now, like I'm nervous because I don't really like to express too many of my personal things. I'm more of a private person.
Good, because Luciano, we're way over time, and so your personal story, as much as I'd love to talk to you for a long time if we had it.
I'll get over that now.
Just what is it that you believe and why, as succinctly as possible?
Okay. So I believe that because of I'm on the website right now, but because of numbers that I see and because of things that exist around us, like I'm going to give examples real quick, and then you can tell me what you think.
Okay.
I hope it doesn't sound too outlandish, but there's one called HAARP.org. It's weather manipulation and earthquake. They can actually shoot from up in space or whatever, people believe. Some people, I don't know what about the flat earth thing. I just heard about it. So I'm not going to say that that's true. I don't really believe in that. But
okay, we're still on things you don't believe. I need to know what you believe and why, and I don't know how weather stuff.
I'm getting there. I'm sorry. I'm kind of long-winded, everybody. Okay.
Me too.
So here it is. So
I'm not supposed to laugh that hard.
It's hard not to.
Okay, here it is. Yeah, I'm thinking too deep. Let me see. Okay, so CERN, there's a home.cern.com. There's a Large Hadron Collider underground in different parts of the world. The first one was in Vienna, Austria. And it's underground. There's a huge circular...
I know what CERN is.
And their logo has and their logo has 666 on it in the front. And I always see numbers like that. I see 16666. No, sorry, 16666.
What the hell's that have to do with anything?
566666. No, combining those.
When I get to my house, I see a 9, a 6, and a 4.
Okay.
Why are you putting?
Okay, I'm gonna get to the point.
Hang on. I have a question.
Yes. Yeah.
What's significant about 666? It's a number. It's one more than 665 and one less than 667. Okay.
Yeah, I understand.
But if you have no. Stop. We're talking about pantheism. You think the universe is essentially God. And in order to reach this conclusion, why the fuck would you ever start with biblical mythology that you reject? Instead, why didn't you start with Harry Potter mythology? Why didn't you start with what numbers are significant in Hinduism?
I can go with that too. I have a mark on my forehead that I got that looks just like the Harry Potter card that I got as an accident. And the only way I've ever been hurt is accidentally.
Okay. I
don't know if it's because of my name. I'm just saying, like, it's just,
you are missing the point.
I feel like things. I understand where you're coming from.
I bet you don't.
I'm getting to it slowly. It's just taking a while.
I don't have any more time.
I have a lot of.
What is significant? Why is? Let's say I found a 666 on something. What the fuck does that have to do with whether or not the universe is God?
Okay, because of this. So the symbols, all the Christian symbols, and the things that have been found, all can be cubes. Like the cross can be folded into a cube.
All right,
the Jewish
stop, Luciano.
Yes,
we're done. I'm going to give you homework.
Okay.
Go look up phi, P-H-I, and look up golden ratio.
I know about that.
Okay. People can find patterns. There are patterns that occur in nature. You can find whatever patterns you want. None of those patterns are ever going to tell you that the universe is God. And if you appeal to a particular religion's symbology while dismissing that religion in order to make your argument that the universe is God,
just one. I'm talking about all.
It doesn't matter if each one of them. Stop. If each one of them is similarly irrelevant, then you've piled up 50 things that are irrelevant. And adding a 51st thing that's irrelevant doesn't get you 1 centimeter closer to the thing you're trying to prove.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay.
And on that note, I got to go, but dig into those things. Call us back sometime. We do appreciate you calling. This is the thing.